Hello guys and welcome back to Madfire on channel. So in this tutorial series we are going to create a simple endless traffic racer game. In this series we are going to check input system which will be used to move our player and in our vehicle selection system, endless level generation with reusing existing level pieces, vehicle selection system which will allow the player to select different vehicles, random enemy spawning, singleton concept and more. The entire project is available on GitHub. The link will be in the description, and if you want to follow the entire series then you can check out my Patreon page. The link will be in the description. All the videos of this series are uploaded there, and you will also get premium version of this project which has extra features in it like Facebook login, AdMob, Unity ads, Unity in-app purchase, social share, game analytics and more. Before we start, you need to download and import the starter project. So go to description, click on starter project link, download Unity package, then create Unity project, change the platform to Android, and import the package to it. Now we are ready to follow the tutorial. So here we have imported our starter package to our project. So we have these two folders. One is prefab. So in prefab we have the vehicles. So if I go on any one of them, you can see we have this holder. In that we have this model, and the holder has a box collider on it. So if I rotate my vehicle, you can see, and it is similar to other vehicles as well. And we also have one road holder. So if I click on open prefab, you will see it is nothing but a simple quad. So we have two quad on it. The ground quad has a box collider attached to it, and then we have simple trees, and that's it. And in arts folder we have the materials for our 3D models. Then we have this 3D model as well. We have the texture for them, and then we have this UI assets for it. All the assets 2D and 3D are included in the package. So now let's create our UI. So for that we'll click on this create button and click on this UI and then click on this canvas. So you see we get two game objects created. So one is the canvas and one is the event system. Now on canvas you see we have this canvas scalar, and UI scale mode is currently constant pixel size. And so we are creating for our devices. So I will just click on this constant pixel size and change it to scale with screen size. And for reference we'll give a portrait resolution that is 480 into 800, and we'll set the match to 0.5. We are doing this so that our UI matches to all the portrait resolution for the devices. Now click on canvas, right click and create a UI panel, and control D to duplicate it. So first one will be our main menu panel, and then second one will be our game menu panel. Select both of them. This image color, set the alpha to 0, and for game menu just deactivate it, and let's focus on our main menu. So I will just zoom it here. Now in main menu we need a text, so we'll create a UI text and we will call this title text, and let's name it to traffic racer. Let's set the alignment to center on horizontal as well as vertical axis. Let the best fit to be active and the max size to be, let's say, 150. and let's change the color to white. So we can just increase the size like this. Let's move it here. Now we have these anchors here. So what we will do is we'll just drag them to the edges of our this text object. Now we do this because let's say in case we change our resolution, so from portrait it becomes to landscape. You see, it doesn't matter whether we change it to the landscape, the height and width adjust itself according to the resolution. So if you see in portrait, you see this distance from the edges remains the same irrespective of the resolution. So that's why the anchoring is important. Now we need one more button. So right click on UI and create a button, and let's call this play button, and let's increase the size. Let's set it to best fit, and let's call it play, and let's change the max size to maybe 80, right, or maybe 100, and let's set this from left it to be 5 5 5 and 5, and let's set the anchor. Well, let's go to wireframe, unable to check it. Okay, now we can see. Well, let's go back to our shaded mode. Okay, you can always adjust the UI as per your requirement. So for me right now these two things are enough. So our main menu is done. Let's go to our game menu. So deactivate main menu and activate game menu. Now in game menu, we are not going to show much information. We are just going to show the distance traveled by our car. So I will right click and create a UI image, and I will call this distance holder. This will be just background image. So click on this source image, this one, and let's go to this square curved corner and click on this. Holding shift and alt, select this top right corner, and it gets anchored to here. Let's change its size, move it down. Let's move this back, and let's move this front, and again anchor it. So right now you can't go beyond your screen size, so you have to anchor it like this only. And inside that we will have our text. So this text will be our distance text. Let's go to our wireframe mode. Okay, and let's align it like this. Best fit, okay, 45, maybe 30. And let's change the text to, let's say 125. So now we need our game over panel as well. And our game over panel will be similar to our main menu panel. It will have a text and a button, that's it. So we'll select our main menu panel, right click and duplicate it, and move it to the game menu panel as a child. And let's rename this to game over panel. Let's activate it, and we want our image color to be of alpha 60, and let it be dark black, maybe 120. And this source image is showing background. So click on this icon here and then select none. Let's bring down our title text little bit, and let's again arrange the anchors, and let's call this game over, and instead of calling it play button, let's call this retry button. And let's deactivate our game over panel and deactivate our game menu panel as well. So now as you can see, our UI is complete with our main menu panel as well as our game menu panel. So now let's start creating some scripts.